Hey, what's up guys, it's Karen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a self-care week in my life. I am so excited about this week because I'm actually heading to Turkey for a week-long holiday on Saturday. So this is the week that I've booked all of my appointments. I'm getting my hair done, nails, eyebrows, bikini wax, which I'm absolutely terrified about and I don't want to talk about right now. And all the meanwhile, I'm also at work trying to stay healthy with working out and eating clean, good foods and packing for my trip. So this week is going to be a little bit of everything and I wanted to take you along with me. So today is actually Tuesday. I was on nights this past weekend and finished obviously yesterday morning and pretty much slept all day accidentally yesterday. I didn't want to. I wanted to make sure that I stayed up as long as I could so that I slept well Monday night, which I indeed did not. But I wanted to mention that I am playing netball again. So if you saw my goals video at the beginning of this year, you know that it was one of my goals to get back into netball. And in my last hospital, I found a actual back to netball group and it was a really good start because they didn't play like serious matches. It wasn't like they were in a league. It was just a bunch of ladies getting together playing netball and it was a good way to ease myself into it because I couldn't really remember anything and I was a bit worried that I was going to be terrible, but I got a good few months of solid practice getting back up to a good standard, and now I've moved here and I've joined an actual club and they have weekly matches and weekly training, and that's much more what I remember being used to when I was younger and I'm really excited about it. So yesterday was the first session and I'm not gonna lie, it's a shock to the system. Even though I was playing only a couple months ago, I was exhausted by the end of an hour and a half of playing matches, but it was so fun and I just felt like a kid again. It felt really good. So a great start to the week. Today I have off because, like I said, I was on nights over the weekend and I've got my hair appointment today and I'm so excited. So I'm going to drive into Cardiff. I also just want to do a bit of shopping and treat myself to lunch because what got me through my night shifts was knowing that I was going to treat myself to lunch today. I'm going to get pizza and I'm going to love it and not feel guilty about it. Life is all about balance. I'm working on being my healthiest, best version of myself, and part of that means also indulging and enjoying life. So that's the plan for today. This is what my hair is currently looking like. Personally, I think it's just at that awkward middle length where I really hate it because I either need to give it a couple more months for it to be long again or I need to chop it, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling like a chop. So we'll see how that goes, but this is what it looks like in the colour at the moment. I always get balayage and I ask for like an ashy blonde balayage. I don't get money pieces because they don't grow out well. I end up with like a chunk of really bright blonde hair as it grows out and I don't like that. So I ask for it very well blended because I only get my hair coloured once a year. So this is what it's like a year later. I can try and pop a picture of what it looked like this time last year when I last got it done, but I love the way it grows out. It grows out really nicely, it looks really natural still, and it just means I save myself a bit of time and a bit of money because I'm really just not willing to get my hair done to maintain it every few months. I'm like a one and done kind of person, so it is that time of year again and that's just in time for my holiday. So I'm going to head off because I've got a bit of a drive to Cardiff, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, then please subscribe and let's get into it. Okay, quick outfit of the day. It's supposed to be gorgeous weather today. So I've got shorts on from Mango. This jumper I think is from Primark, and then I'm just wearing Nike Air Force Ones. Let's go. Okay, I quickly want want to talk about my hair while it's still light outside. Honestly, I'm not even sure what happened. I went completely rogue. First things first, the cut I absolutely love. I really like my hair at this length, and not gonna lie, the curtain bang situation was a completely last minute decision, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I think because it's very different for me, I'm just gonna need some time to get used to them, and I think once I've styled my hair, it'll look a little bit better, but I think, yeah, that's just gonna take a little bit of time. The thing that was an absolute palaver was the color. So like I mentioned, I ask for the exact same thing every time I get my hair, an ashy blonde balayage, and I show the exact same picture every single time, a picture of me with my hair exactly how I like it, done by one of the hairdressers at Tony and Guy, who unfortunately wasn't here today. So the lady I had was like, oh, he trained me, I'll do exactly what he would have done, it'll look exactly the same. And by the time I got to the cut and blow dry, I noticed that the colour of my hair was completely copper. And she comes over, she's like, how are you enjoying the colour? And I was like, I was expecting it to be a bit more cool toned. And she got really pissed off. She was like, I did exactly what he would have done, it looks fine. And I was thinking, well, if you did exactly what he would have done, it would look exactly like the picture, and it does not. So in the end, she retoned my hair, they had to re-dry it, and by that time I was like, don't even bother styling it. I've stayed here literally 5 hours now. I ended up with a parking ticket because it took an extra 45 minutes to sort out the colour, and here we are. I left the salon feeling kind of pissed off because she wasn't nice about it, and I'm paying a lot of money. I refuse to leave without the hair that I've asked for. I think now I have this residual anger left over, and I feel like that is now being projected onto my hair, and I'm convincing myself I hate it because of the whole situation. So I think I'm gonna give it a bit of time, see how I feel over the next few days about my hair. If I want to get it touched up, I think I can. I'll just call and let them know that I'm not happy with it. But it's such a long way to go, and it's so much money that I'm pissed off. Like, I'm going to be annoyed if I have to go all the way back there to get it fixed. So I'll just see how I feel. I think once I've washed it a couple times so everything feels a little bit more natural, and I've styled it, I've done what I want with it, I think I'll be fine. But I was really annoyed for a long time, and she just didn't handle it in the best way. Like, that was terrible customer service. But I don't know, let me know what you think. I think I like it, I don't know. My emotions are fragile right now. I don't even know what to think. But anyway, while I was out in town, I did a bit of shopping and didn't manage to find anything that I was looking for. I really wanted to buy one of those like linen shorts and shirt sets as like a swimsuit cover up, but I couldn't find them anywhere. And I also wanted some workout tops because at the moment all I do is work out in hoodies and jumpers, and I just wanted some tops to feel still covered but less hot than when I'm in a jumper. I couldn't find any. So the only things that I got was this scrunchie from H&M. This is my favourite scrunchie because it holds up my hair and it's a cute colour, and this is my third repurchase because somehow I always lose them. And then the other thing I got was just this dark grey crop top from Stradivarius because I actually only own about 5 t-shirts and I only wear one of them, so I figured I would get another one to add to my collection. And that was all I got, and now I'm back home, as you can tell, and I just want to get into bed and watch some TV, honestly. I need to release my negative emotions. I just still feel really annoyed at the whole situation. But I will catch up with you tomorrow. Okay, happy Wednesday. I've got to say, now that I am looking at my hair in natural light and have styled it a little bit, I actually really like it. So I'll see how I feel over the next few days, and if it doesn't grow on me even more, then I may go back to Cardiff in the next few weeks and get it touched up. I don't know if I suit the bangs, but they'll grow out within like literally a couple weeks, so I'm fine with that. Anyway, I am back to work today, and I'm on gynae this morning and then have teaching this afternoon, and it's about 10 to 9, so I do actually need to head off, but I wanted to just say a quick hi. Okay, so I got to watch the first teaching of the afternoon and then actually ended up just going back to the ward to help out because they had a lot going on, and now I am done with work and have a pedicure appointment, so I'm gonna head off for that, and then I'm meeting some work friends out for drinks this evening, which is always fun. The weather is so nice, so I'm very much in the mood for a nice Aperol Spritz and a good chat. Okay, it is now a Thursday and I was actually rated to do some kind of training thing today, which I thought was kind of odd since I didn't even sign up for it, but I obviously turned up and it turns out it wasn't on today. So I went around all the wards, I double checked if anybody needed my help with anything, but we were pretty well staffed today, which meant that I have now got the whole day as study time, which could not have actually come at a better time because I'm trying to do an audit with one of my registrars and the deadline to submit an abstract for a conference to present it is next week, and obviously I'm away next week, so today was really my only opportunity to get the work done, and I really needed time to do that because I've done no work for it. So I spent all morning going through patient notes and making an Excel spreadsheet with all of the data that I need, and now I've come back to my room to have some lunch, and I think I'm just going to continue doing my work from my room this afternoon because I've got all the data I need. I just need to start writing an abstract, which I don't have a lot of experience with it, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I'm going to try my best to make like a first draft, and then I will email it to my reg and she can have a look and give me some tips and change whatever she thinks needs changing. But I'm really happy that I got some time to do this because it's quite an interesting audit. I'm basically reviewing patients in the last year who have had 3rd and 4th degree tears during labour and kind of just going through seeing if there was proper documentation and if they all had follow-ups arranged in clinics and with physiotherapy, and it's interesting to see what was done and what wasn't done and how you can improve it and all of this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna get on with that, and then this evening is in fact the time I've booked my bikini wax for, which I am very nervous about. I can't believe I've made it to 24 never having had a bikini wax. I've always just procrastinated them and then made excuses not to have them, but I am going to go through with it. I just want to feel more confident on my holiday and knowing that I can be wearing a bikini and feel safe down there with that situation. So I'm going to do it. It'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. I feel like I'm being so dramatic about it. I spoke to Sophie about it. She's given me all the top tips, so I think we'll be okay. And then after, if I feel up to it, I would really like to get a workout in this evening, but if I don't feel like it, then that's fine. As long as I get a nice chill evening to myself, I'll be happy. I feel like that's much needed, and then I can get started with packing, because I think part of me doesn't realise that I'm going in 2 days and I have literally done no prep, no packing, nothing. So that is what's in the cards for the rest of the day. Friday. I've had such a good day today. I pretty much spent the entire time in theatre. So this morning I was doing elective C-sections. We had 2 booked in, and I ended up with a consultant who was really eager to teach me once she realised that I wanted to do obs and gynae. So during the first section she actually taught me how to close the skin, and she let me do it myself, which I was so happy about because it's one of my goals of this rotation to learn how to close the skin by myself. And I've made it a point in every single section that I have scrubbed into to actually ask if I can close the skin, and every time they either say no, maybe next time, or I don't have time to teach you right now, maybe the next person will, and I just haven't been given the opportunity up until now, and I was really excited. So then when it came to the next section, I was really hopeful that she was going to ask me to close the skin again since I'd just had some practice, but she got to the rectus sheath, she looks up and and she goes, okay Kieran, do you want to come round and do the sheath? And I was like, the progression from skin to sheath is a really big jump, and I just was not expecting to do all that in one morning, having only just learned how to suture skin. But I happily took on the challenge, and I think I did well, if I do say so myself. I just took my time, especially with closing the skin. I've seen many surgeons rush through it, and the whole thing about skin is it's the only part you're actually going to see, so you want it to be aesthetically pleasing. You want to close it in a way that it heals correctly, otherwise the patient is left with a big scar, and that's not something that anybody wants. So I just made sure that I took my time, and I think I did pretty well. But for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, basically when you do a C-section, you have to go through several layers of the abdomen before you get to the uterus and can take the baby out. So once the baby is delivered, you have to suture up each of those layers individually, and usually the consultant or the reg will suture up the uterus because that's the hardest layer to close up. And then technically as you go further up, so as you get more superficial, it gets easier to close the layers. So for someone like me who's very junior and who has never closed up before, it's best to start with the skin and work your way down. And I just wasn't expecting to close the skin, the subcutaneous fat and the rectus sheath in one morning. I am really ecstatic, if you can tell, and I'm glad that someone finally took the time to teach me, because now in future C-sections, when they say, have you closed before or do you know how, I can actually say yes, and hopefully they'll let me do it a little bit more now. So that was my morning, and then I had gynae theatre all afternoon, which I can't say was as exciting, but I always learn something during laparoscopic procedures anyway, because I find it really interesting to see the anatomy in real life in comparison to the theory that I learned about in med school, so that's always good. And now I'm currently just waiting for Harry to arrive, because we are heading to my house before our flight tomorrow morning to Turkey, which I'm very excited about. And that is pretty much the update. Also, I did just get off the phone with the hairdressers because I've decided I am really not happy with my hair. I think it's not the colour I wanted. It's extremely brassy and warm toned. It's not well blended at all, and I just refuse to pay that amount of money and not be happy with it, especially since I only get it done once a year. I'm not living with this hair for the next 12 months. So I spoke to my normal hairdresser that I usually have, and he was very apologetic, booked me in for when I get back from Turkey, and said it would be complimentary because it was, you know, their kind of mistake, and I'm very pleased with that. I feel a little bit more at ease because I was starting to feel very insecure. Like, I want to feel confident and good about the way I look and my hair, and my hair is something that I actually really like about myself. I know that probably every person in the world has issues with saying what they like about themselves, but one thing that I can admit I like is my hair, and the fact that it doesn't look the way I want it to look actually really upsets me. So I'm glad that I've got that booked in to fix it, and I'll just have to live with it for the next couple weeks, which is fine. That is what it is, really. So that's everything I had to say. I've got some last minute packing things to do for Turkey, which I don't actually think that I'm gonna vlog when I'm there, because I just want to have a nice peaceful rest where I'm not doing any work, any filming, any editing, really anything. I just want to be sitting by the pool with a drink, reading my book. Honestly, that is the vibe I'm going for. So I might just insert some clips of the room and the hotel into this video just to give a little snippet, but I'm not going to do a dedicated Turkey vlog, which I hope is okay. So yeah, I feel like that's pretty much it for this week. I feel like I've had actually a really good week in terms of I had a solid glow up, I had a really good experience with work this week. I'm feeling overall very positive despite the hair situation, and excited for a holiday. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then definitely subscribe for more, and I'll see you in my next one. For now, let's insert some Turkey clips.